guys, and welcome back to my channel. So thank you so much for clicking on today's video, and thank you so much for being here. I know I've been a little MIA. I talked about it in my last video, which was like 7-8 days ago. So I do apologize. I usually try to put out 2 to 3 videos a week, but the last couple of weeks I've only put out like 1, and it's just because I have been uninspired. I've been lacking creativity or ideas, especially when you're still in quarantine. There's not really much going on. It's hard to sit down and film because let's be realistic, there is not much going on in my life. I'm here with my dogs. I'm still on leave from work. I watch movies all day long, and I'm on my phone way more than I'm willing to admit. And I don't want to live like that anymore. So I'm trying to get inspired more and more and more. And I randomly came up with this idea that, you know what, let me do a full face of drugstore makeup. But this is more affordable makeup because I did use Colourpop eyeshadow palettes, mainly because I'm being real, I don't have any eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore. Not that I don't like any. There's a couple of Maybelline ones that I haven't really drawn to, or even NYX ones. I've just never purchased them, to be honest. Before I actually started my YouTube journey, I would only really wear eyeshadow to like special events, and like not events like I do crazy shit, but like special things like a birthday party or something like that. But now it's kind of forcing me to wear eyeshadow more. Even when I went to work, I never really wear eyeshadow, but I do want to start wearing it more. I like wearing eyeshadow. I like the way it looks. I think I'm decent at it. So maybe in the future I will start picking up drugstore palettes, but I did use Colourpop today, hence why it's more affordable, because Colourpop is not necessarily drugstore, but everything else, guys, is drugstore, and these are like holy grails. I love these products a lot. I use them all the time. None of them are actually really new. A lot of them, I know how they perform, and they perform super duper well. So I really hope that you guys will continue to watch. Please do subscribe to my channel, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, welcome to this tutorial, this super revolutionary makeup tutorial. Just kidding, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get started though. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I bought this not too long ago. I've used it a couple times. I'm being honest, I'm not one to like super love primer. It's just kind of like whatever to me. I don't know. I don't really know if it makes a huge difference. I don't have any like large pores or anything like that. So I feel like if I do good skincare, my primer is gonna look just the same. That's just my opinion. So today I'm actually going to use the Wet n Wild Photofocus. These are like my 2 favorite drugstore foundations ever, but I have been using this one a little bit more lately since it's newer. So I am gonna use the Wet n Wild one, but if you have this one, the Fresh Wear, it is super amazing. So this is like my OG holy grail that I haven't used in a really long time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play around with this baby today, and I just got it on my shirt. Damn it, I should have known that was gonna happen. Okay, and then just going in with my e.l.f. sponge. This is like the complexion sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and just blend that out. Ooh, I'm getting like a dark mark there. I don't know if that's like just a dark spot or like a mole coming through. Do you guys ever get random moles that just come through? Like one day it wasn't there and the next day it's there. I get those all the time, and I'm like, this is so weird. I've never had a mole, and now I have a mole, and I didn't even notice it, and it like pops out of nowhere. That's kind of what I feel with this baby. I don't know if it's a mole or a dark spot, but I've never had that before. Huh, so weird. Okay, now for concealer, I'm just going to use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'm going to use medium peach and light peach. I absolutely love this concealer ever since I first bought it. I love this one way more than I love the original. I don't even remember what the original was called, to be honest, but this one is just way more my style. I hate crusty under eyes, and I feel like the other one definitely gave me like a crusty under eye. It's just too drying for me, and that's why I don't think I really liked it. But this one, on the other hand, is like way more up my alley. So if you do have, I mean, I would consider myself normal combination, but for some reason I feel like that is super drying, the original. So I use this one, and I absolutely love it, guys. You definitely should give it a try. It's super, super inexpensive and it's a good concealer. The shade range is really weird, I will tell you that, because that's medium peach and then that's light peach and they look like completely different undertones. Like one looks more yellow and one looks more like neutral. I don't know. I feel like the shade range is so weird. But when you find one that works for you, it's an amazing concealer. Personally, I've never bought anything peach. I've always bought anything neutral or yellow or warm or beige. And I bought this in peach and it's like my jam. I like love this shade. Okay, and then to set my concealer, you guys see me using this all the time. It's the Maybelline number 10 Fair Light. This is the Fit Me Loose Powder. I love this a lot. I feel like it is super inexpensive and it's such a good powder to set like your under eyes. And I'm going to go ahead and use this today. So just go ahead and pop that right there. Do it to the other side. I didn't intend to make this video on like my holy grails from the drugstore, but I feel like it's going to kind of turn into that only because I mean, I use these products all the time. These are some of my like super staple drugstore products. So it might turn into like a holy grail drugstore makeup. Okay, this is also the Maybelline Fit Me, but this is the pressed one in the shade 220. I'm kind of just gonna put this on the areas where I didn't put loose powder and then kind of start dusting off that loose powder as well with this powder. For brows today, I'm actually going to go in with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and this is the shade Espresso. And you guys will see me with brows on in 3, 2, 1. Magic. All right, guys, so I did go ahead and set them with the NYX Tinted Brow Gel in Espresso as well. Just speeded up the brows because they are long and boring. All right, so we are going to move into bronzer. I'm going to use my Butter Bronzer. This is Deep Bronzer from Physicians Formula. I love this baby. I use it all the time. It's my second one. The first one I had was in the original shade, and then this one I have in the Deep Bronzer shade. So it's such a good bronzer. It still smells amazing, like you're on a tropical getaway vacation. It's just a good bronzer. I don't know what else to say. If you guys are not using it, you are sleeping on it, and it is a good bronzer. It's actually a little bit more pricey, like drugstore pricing, because it's like $14-15, but at Ulta Beauty you can use that $3.50 off coupon. I usually buy all my stuff from Ulta Beauty, whether it's high-end or drugstore. That's usually where I try to go first, only because you get points, which in return gives you cash back. No other place actually gives you that like Ulta, so I try to do everything at Ulta first. I'm sure you can find better pricing, like $1 off or $2 off from like Walmart or something, but I feel like in the end you end up getting more off on your next purchase, whether it's high-end or whatever hair, you end up getting like money off. So I like the idea of Ulta. So I try to buy everything from Ulta if I can. If it's not sold there, then I will resource out to another place. For blush today, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Mellow Wine. I think they still sell this. I actually haven't really browsed drugstore items recently, but this is like the most neutral, pretty shade. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like that mauve-y berry-ish color. It's just really pretty, and it goes with pretty much any look. And since I don't really know what I'm going to do on the eyes today, I decided just to do something that I know will go with a lot of things, which is exactly this color. And Wet n Wild just makes great products. They're really pigmented, they're really good, and they're really cheap. It is so crazy seeing my face with makeup right now because I have not worn makeup in a while. So when I look at my face, I'm like, oh dang, she still got it. Highlight today is going to be Maybelline Molten Gold. It's a really good highlighter. Again, this is another product that you are sleeping on if you have not yet used it. It's so cheap and it's so good. Definitely give it a try. When Andrew gets home from work, he's going to be so shocked when he sees me because I have not worn makeup in probably like 3 weeks. So he's going to be like, what? He's going to like not recognize me. I'm going to be like unrecognizable. I'm putting on my mask. I'm going undercover. He's not even gonna know it's me. I didn't do this earlier, but I'm actually gonna go ahead and put a little bit of powder underneath my bronzer just to clean it up just a tad. I like the way this looks when I do this because it makes it look more like defined, more sharp, and I'm not doing any contour today. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and just let that sit while I start working on my eyes. I'm going to zoom you on in so we can just start doing something. I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. Okay, so now that I have you close, I'm going to use these two palettes, the Going Coconuts and the Anna Frozen 2 palette from Colourpop. And this is the reason why I named this makeup tutorial like an affordable makeup tutorial, because even though you can get these at Ulta Beauty, you can't always find them like at real drugstores. Like, well, you can't. They don't sell them at Target or Walmart or Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS, all the above. So it's really hard. Honestly, I don't even know if I own an actual eyeshadow palette from the drugstore. Most of my eyeshadow palettes are high-end with the exception of like Colourpop and Morphe. I don't necessarily consider them high-end, but they're not drugstore, they're not high-end. They're kind of in the middle, but they definitely are affordable. The pricing of these are like $12 to $14, so they're definitely like on par with drugstore pricing. So that's why I feel a lot of people do use these in their affordable makeup tutorials, just because they're pretty much the same price and they're really good quality. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same because again, I do not own any actual eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore. I wanted to actually do an eye makeup today and not just throw like my bronzer in the crease. I wanted to do something simple. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take Wind. It's the middle shade right here from the Anna palette, and go ahead and dust that in my eye. So that is actually looking super warm. So I'm going to go ahead and take Colada from the Going Coconuts, and I'm going to go ahead and layer that on top of the Wind shade. Hey.
Good morning, Lab.
What's up?
Nothing. What are you doing?
I'm actually filming. Okay, I'm going to go in with Autumn Breeze, which is that purple shade. I'm going to go ahead and take that on the outside and the inner corner. I'm going to try to do like a spotlight eye. I guess that's what they're called. So I'm going to go ahead and work this kind of on the outside, and then I'm going to put a color in the middle. Okay, so I pretty much just took this Bodyography Pro flat shader brush. I probably butchered that name, but anyway, I pretty much took this just to get into those inner corners of my eye, and I kind of brought it into my crease to just connect it all the way around. And then I'm actually going to take this, oh my god, it's like De Coco. I think that's what it says. I don't know if the name is kind of rubbing off or if that's just what it is, but it's just this brown shade right here on the bottom. I'm going to actually just take my finger and I'm going to pack it on the lid. So I'm just going to go right in the middle and just pack this on. Just a little bit different. I have done a couple of purple eyes on my channel. I love a purple eye. Purple definitely complements brown eyes really, really well, which I have brown eyes. And then I'm also wearing a purple cute tie-dye shirt. I've been super into tie-dye lately. It's like totally my jam for summertime. I wanted to do something that matched, so I was like, okay, I'll do like a casual smoky-ish, brown-ish, purple-ish eye makeup tutorial. This is like such an easy look to accomplish. It's nothing crazy. You don't have to cut no creases. It's super, super easy, and these shadows just blend so nicely. So it pretty much does the work for you. You just kind of have to like, you're just holding the paintbrush, but it's pretty much doing everything for you. So all I'm gonna do now is just go back in with the purple shade and just blend it all out. I mean, it doesn't even need much blending. That looks really good as it is, but I'm just gonna like lightly, I'm not even adding any other color, but I'm just lightly blending everything just to make sure that it looks nicely blended out and there's no harsh lines, which there obviously isn't. It's just nice to finesse your work And that's what I'm doing here. I'm gonna go ahead and take my highlighter shade, which was the Maybelline Molten Gold, and just pop this underneath my brow bone and also my inner corner to make it pop. So I did purchase this. This is fairly new. I got a recommendation from another YouTuber. Her name is What Would Lizzie Do? She loves a lot of drugstore makeup, and she said that this is one of her favorite felt tip liners. This is the NYX Epic Ink Liner. So I'm going to go ahead and line just a very thin line, and then I'm going to go ahead and pop on a pair of Ardell Wispies. They're the Demi Wispies. I do like these a lot. They're very natural and they are drugstore, so I'm going to go ahead and pop these on real quick and I will be right back. Alright guys, so my lashes are on. I did coat with the NYX On The Rise mascara. I talk about this all the time. It's such a good mascara. And then I did use the Duo, the Vitamin E, the green one, lash glue to apply those Demi lashes. I have not used Demi lashes in a really long time, and I really enjoy them because I'm gonna go ahead and start my lower lash line because I don't want this video a million years long, but I have not used Demi lashes in a really long time. Oh, by the way, this is just the purple shade Autumn Breeze, and I'm gonna go ahead and smoke that out with the Colada shade right there. Yeah, they were really nice. I feel like I've been wearing a lot of like dramatic lashes lately, and I don't know, like I like dramatic lashes, but sometimes I look in the mirror and I think they're like too over the top or too much. So it's kind of nice to have like a simple lash on. Like, I don't know, I enjoy them. Like, I'm looking at my face and I'm like enjoying that. Like it's all I need. It's enough. So I really like that. So maybe I'll start wearing Demi Wispies more often. And let's be honest, the price just fits. That pack is like $11.99 and you get 5 lashes. Most lashes, especially if they're high end, are at least like $8 and above, and then some of them get up to like $30, like if you want to buy the mink lashes, which to me, I've never bought those. That is really expensive, but that's what they cost if you do want them. Now just taking that brown shade and smoking this out. By the way, I really did like this NYX eyeliner that I put on. It is a little bit watery, but I also think that's just because it's new. Things that are new probably will be a little bit watery just because there's a lot of product in there. So I'm assuming the more and more I wear it, it won't be as watery, but it is super black. It dried down matte and I really like it. I hope it wears really well. I'm gonna go ahead and coat some mascara on my bottom lash line. And then lastly for the eyes, I'm gonna take this Rimmel. It's just a nude shade. I don't know what color it is because it's all worn off. I just know it's a nude shade from Rimmel. And I actually probably would have put a black in my waterline, but I actually don't have any black drugstore liners right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one just because it's the only drugstore liner that I currently have, and just run it through my waterline a little bit. Okay, so I'm actually going to start dusting off all this powder. Now I don't need it anymore since my shadow is done. And then I'm just going to put on a lip. Okay, so for today's lip, I'm actually going to use Tawney from Jordana. It's their lip liner. I'm actually going to outline them and fill them in. And then I'm just going to add Milani Champagne on top. Being completely honest, I don't have a lot of drugstore lip products. I mean, I guess I could use this. This is from Maybelline. I love these color jolts a lot. They're really pretty. I do have some Morphe stuff and some Colourpop stuff, but I want to stick truly to drugstore. The only thing I used Colourpop was on my eyes just because I definitely don't have anything drugstore for my eyes other than Colourpop, which is not drugstore, it's affordable. So I'm going to go ahead and use this combo because you can definitely get this at the drugstore. And you guys already know these Milani lip glosses are my absolute favorite. I'm going to just go ahead and start doing my lips. And then once you outline them, just go ahead and fill them in as much as possible with the lip liner. This color is way more pinky than I remember. I feel like I used to use this a lot. This is like my 4th one. I used to buy this a lot and I haven't used it in a while, but I remember it being more nude, and I feel like on camera, not even on camera, it looks nude on camera, but in person I feel like it's looking more pinky. Not that I don't like it, I like it, it's just that I just remember something totally different. I have a little bit of dry lips going on right there in the center, and then just topping it off with this champagne color. Just like that, dab it on in, smack your lips together, and then dab it. I mean, that's very neutral, very sheer, but it's really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna just set with the Morphe setting spray. Again, this is like a more affordable than high end, but not necessarily drugstore. Alright guys, so that is going to wrap up this makeup tutorial. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I actually really liked the challenge of just using straight drugstore stuff. And I have a lot of drugstore stuff in my collection because I really do like affordable drugstore makeup. You don't really realize on a normal everyday that you do use a lot of expensive products. And when I mean you, I mean me. So it was kind of nice just to do a full face using things that you can buy at the drugstore, things that are affordable. And realistically, I feel like my makeup turned out really well. Like, I could totally get a look like this high end, but it just goes to show you that you actually don't need to spend that much on makeup because you can get a super glam, a super wearable, a super beautiful look from the drugstore. I do hear a lot that the same labs that make high-end makeup make drugstore makeup as well. I don't know 100% for sure because I'm not really involved or I don't pay much attention. This is just what I hear from the grapevine, but I do think that it is very true. The quality is really good. I feel like a lot of the times it just comes down to what brand label is slapped on a product. Most likely you're going to be using the same thing in a high-end tube and a drugstore tube with a different label, but realistically the liquid or the powder that's inside of it is probably the exact same thing. You are just being tricked from your mind to pay higher because you're buying something from a higher end brand. I definitely do believe that a lot of the makeup industry is you're pretty much purchasing the brand name. So again, this is a complete drugstore makeup tutorial and everything came out flawless. It's gonna last all day. All these products are long wearing. Again, even though this is not necessarily my holy grails, I do use these products a lot. It's not like any of them are really brand new with the exception of the eyeliner, but everything else I've used all this and I use it all the time and I love it and I know it's gonna last and look great. So I really hope you guys did enjoy it. Again, I do apologize for my absence on YouTube. I hope it doesn't really happen much in the future, but let's be real, we're human. It's gonna happen, but I thank you guys as always for staying by me and watching my videos, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!